Hi guys, and welcome back to Fit with T. So today I'm going to show you 4 mistakes to avoid when doing the crouch start, okay? So the first mistake that I see a lot of people make when it comes to the crouch start is having their front foot too close to the line, okay? So they're on your marks is here, where their front foot is literally right up close to the line, which means that their hands are pretty much in line with their front foot. And when they go into the set position, they're all bunched up like this, right? And that doesn't allow you to be able to push off and produce force. So you want to make sure that you have some space between your front foot and the line. So generally speaking, as a guideline, it's 2 pigeon step. So 1, 2, just going to rotate with my front foot. Now I am wearing trainers, so that gap is way too big for me because of all these cushioning. I'm just going to shuffle forward a little bit, but roughly speaking, you'll have about 2 pigeon steps from the line for the front foot. And if you haven't checked out my video where I actually take you through how to do the crouch start properly, that is the on your marks, the set and the go position, then check that video out. But that's one of the mistakes, which is having your front foot too close to the line, okay? So you want some space so that you have a gap. Now the second mistake is you may have the right spacing for the front foot, but then you have your back leg too far back. So you have this elongated position like this. So when they go into the set position, their back leg is straight. And if your leg is straight like that, you can't actually push off, producing force for that first few strides that you need to, right? And you're unable to set yourself up properly for your race. So you want to make sure that your back leg is about 3 pigeon steps from the line, which generally looks like, if you're looking by eye, having your back knee just in front of your front foot, okay? So what you have is this nice position. When you go into the set position, you have an angle, okay? Generally about 120 to 140 degree angle in your back leg, okay? So having your back foot too far back, if you look like that, then just know that that's a mistake. You're not able to push off from there. Bring it forward so that when you go into set, you can actually push. Right, the third mistake a lot of people make, they may have their front foot and their back leg in the right positions, but then their shoulders are too far back. They're like this. This is on your marks. Now, again, from here, on your marks, set, it makes it hard. Or you're gonna go set, that's 2 actions. And you don't wanna do that. You're trying to minimize energy expenditure for no reason. You want everything to be about going forward, okay? So you want to set up with your shoulders over your hands, okay? So you have a nice flat back, and you're in this position. Everything's already leaning forward, so you don't have to move from here to here. You just go up, and then you can push off again, right? So making sure that you have a nice flat back in that on your marks position, and having your shoulders over your hand enables you to do that better. When you're here, you're all hunched up. If you're here, you're all hunched up. And when your spine is curved like that, you're less likely to be able to produce force as effectively, okay? So your front foot, your back foot, your shoulders, and the last mistake is your knees, okay? So having both knees on the floor like this. Now, you may have seen or may see some athletes in blocks with both knees on the floor. It's not common, but some athletes do. But it will depend on their block settings, okay? You have to remember that these athletes are using blocks, which means that they haven't elevated, their feet are elevated so they can push more horizontally than if you're pushing off from the floor. If you're pushing off from the floor and you have both knees on the floor, it means that the backs of your foot are facing away from you and they don't have as much to push off of than if your foot is actually, if your knee's up, you still have your front foot more on the ball of your foot as opposed to your toe, okay? So if both knees on the floor, you don't give yourself much to push from. And you're now here and you're trying to go from 2 feet push, which you can do, but it's not as effective or it's not as easy for most people than it is having your feet already split, which is more like the running position anyway. So that then you kind of just have 1 foot that goes forward as opposed to trying to push off from 2 like this. Okay, so I hope this video has been helpful for you guys. And if you haven't actually seen my video where I take you through how to do the crouch start properly, then check it out over this side. And if you are ready now to go onto blocks and you actually want help on how to set up your block, then check out this video over this side, and I'll see you guys on another Friday. Bye guys.